Good morning, it's Jay Milanov, the creator of the English with Jay project and the Essential English course. You're listening to episode 22 of my weekly Essential English podcast. Today's episode of the podcast is gonna have a very useful subject. We're going to talk about habits. A habit is an action that you repeat on a regular basis, every day or several times a week, for example. In Bulgarian, we call it navik. Habits are a powerful thing. Ask any psychologist and they will tell you that we humans are creatures of habit, which means that our habits shape our behavior. Or don't ask a psychologist. Just look at the people around you. Most of us keep doing what we're already doing, even if it's not very good for us. Smoking, eating too much, watching a lot of TV. Those are all much easier to do than not to do because they've become automatic. We don't have to think about a habit in order to repeat it. Our brains love that. Their main job is to save energy, and habits save tons of energy. That's why we stick to habits in the first place. Habits can be good or bad. They can help you achieve your goals, get richer, or stay in good shape. Or they can be bad for your health, your relationships, and your finances. Therefore, it's a good idea to keep track of your habits, to be aware of them at least. In order to do that, you can just ask somebody close to pay attention to your habits and point them to you. You will be surprised about many of the things they will notice. Forming a habit is a simple process. You just keep doing something until doing it becomes easier than not doing it. If you ignore Facebook notifications enough times, you will form the habit of not paying attention to them. It may take 2 weeks or 2 months, but the habit will form. Forming a bad habit is just as easy. Keep looking at your smartphone every time you get a Facebook notification, and before you know it, you will do it automatically. And that will reduce your attention and your productivity drastically. If forming habits can go unnoticed, we have to be very careful about what we do repeatedly. Keeping some sort of journal could be a great way to notice new habits while they're still forming. Of course, don't worry too much if you find out you have some bad habits. Bad habits can be broken, and it's not rocket science either. To break a bad habit, you just have to replace it with another habit. And the easiest way to do that is to form exactly the opposite habit. If you eat too much, practice eating from a smaller plate, for example. Focus your full attention on not putting more food after you finish the small plate, and you will soon have the habit of eating smaller meals. This means that whether you want to form a good habit or break a bad one, you need a new habit. In this case, knowing how to form habits can be a wonderful skill. There are some great tricks on forming good habits. I know them from James Clear, one of the world's top experts on habits. Let's mention his top 2 strategies. First, to form a new habit, start small. If you want to start exercising, make it so easy that you cannot miss a workout. This could mean doing just 2 minutes of yoga the first few months. It sounds too easy, but that's the goal. Your main job is not to quit. And second, be careful with precedents. If you miss a workout, for example, make sure you go back to working out right away. Don't miss twice in a row. Missing once is a precedent, but it's not a problem. But missing the next workout as well is the start of a bad habit, and you should avoid it. Enough for today. This was episode 22 of the Essential English Podcast. I'm Jay Milanov,